We'll see numericals on hardness. We are expecting numericals in exam on hardness or even alkaline hardness or maybe on zeolite method of water softening. So let us start with this numericals on hardness. So before going to the numerical part, once again in 5 minutes I will repeat the theory background or the experimental background of estimating hardness by EDTA method. Okay, already in the last lecture we have seen that. This was the setup of EDTA experiment. On this side I have mentioned part 1 of the experiment. That is, in the part 1 we do standardization of EDTA, making EDTA standard, knowing exact concentration of EDTA. That is meaning of standardization. If I know the exact concentration of EDTA, my answer will be correct or exact. That is the purpose of making EDTA standard. For that purpose, to know the exact concentration of EDTA in this 25 ml burette, we have taken approximate concentration of EDTA or say unknown EDTA whose concentration is not exactly known to us. We want to know that. Okay, in the flask, see on this right hand side, not this part right now, on only right hand side. So in the flask, in the conical flask, one may take known volume, say 10 ml of 0.01 molar zinc sulfate we have taken. You can take any volume of any concentration of any salt solution like CaCO3, like MgSO4 or any salt solution. Okay, plus few drops of EBT as an indicator, idiochrome black tea, and 4 to 5 ml buffer solution of pH 9 to 10 to have an easy complexometric reaction. This already we have properly explained in the earlier lecture. So in the titration, we are simply adding EDTA from the burette to the flask. There is a complex reaction between this metal and this chelate. Suppose 100 zinc cations are there in this 10 ml. Once all 100 ions are taken by EDTA, it completes the reaction. That time EBT shows color change. Okay. On completion of reaction, we have to note down what is the volume of EDTA required. Suppose it is XML. What is XML? XML is the volume of approximate concentration of EDTA required to consume all the ions. Say here it is zinc cations, or if I have taken CaCO3, it would be calcium ions. Okay. One more point I want to make here clear. What is that? This is a solution of salt, say zinc sulfate. Okay. Suppose in a 10 ml water, I have added some 0.1 gram zinc sulfate. That zinc sulfate is what? Hardness causing salt. It would be, we can call it as a standard hard water. We can call this as standard hard water. Why? Because concentration of the given salt in this volume of water is known to us. So any salt solution we can say, or we can call this solution as standard hard water. What is the reason for that? Reason is that I know the concentration of the salt in that solution or in that water. So standard hard water. What is the calculation part of this on completion of reaction? It is here. Zinc sulfate against EDTA. This is that titration. Or I will write standard hard water. You can take CaCO3 solution. You can take CaSO4 solution or any other salt solution. How we get them? We want to find out this M2, that is molarity of EDTA. So M1 V1 for this, M2 V2 for this. M1 is what? Molarity of zinc sulfate. It is given in this case, so put that value 0.015. V1 is what? It is volume of the salt solution or standard hard water. How much we have taken? 10 ml. So take 10 ml. If in the numerical it is mentioned 25 ml of standard hard water or 25 ml of zinc sulfate, it will be 25. Fine. M2 is molarity of EDTA that we are going to find out, making EDTA standard, knowing exact concentration of EDTA or knowing exact molarity of EDTA. And V2 is what? It is for EDTA volume for completion of reaction. How much it is? X ml. CBR of the titration. It is what? It is CBR, constant burette reading of this titration. From that easily we can find out M2. Fine. This is a simple calculation part. This is required in solving simple numericals on EDTA method. Okay. Now one more point to be remembered. What is that? This M1 is given. In this case, M1 is given. What is M1? Molarity of zinc sulfate here or molarity of standard hard water. Fine. If it is not given, suppose in the numerical this molarity of zinc sulfate or any salt solution they have taken is not given, but they have to give how this zinc sulfate is prepared, how this standard hard water is prepared. Okay, how much solute is added, that much part they have to give. If it is given, okay, but M1 is not straightforward given, in that case, if how much of zinc sulfate is added in making that solution, we can find out molarity using the simple known equation. Okay, how much of zinc sulfate is added, molecular weight of zinc sulfate or the given salt into volume of solution in a liter. From that we can find out molarity, put that value here and go to the second part. Okay, so 2 points in the part 1. Molarity of that salt solution, either it is straightforward given or it is not directly given. If it is not directly given, using molarity formula we can easily find out that. Okay, so that point we have to remember. Fine. So for the time being I will removing this. Okay, that's it. Now second part of the reaction or the experiment. What is second part? In this second part we are not taking standard hard water. We are not taking like this. We are taking hard water. Okay, in which how many ions are there, what type of ions are there, these are not known to us, that we have to find out. Okay, so 10 ml hard water I have taken here. Fine. Any hard water sample. Okay, I have taken 10 ml. One can take any volume, 25 ml, 50 ml, 100 ml or so on, plus 2 drops EBT plus buffer. Okay, same EDTA is filled in the burette, same EDTA we are using. Okay, but it is now called as standard EDTA. It is not mentioned in the part 2 as an approximate concentration of EDTA. It is mentioned as standard EDTA. Why? The reason is that we know the exact concentration of EDTA. We know the molarity of that EDTA now. That's why it is standard. Okay. Simply you go on adding this EDTA, standard EDTA from the burette to the flask. This EDTA will form complex with hardness causing ions present in the 10 ml water. On completion of reaction, again EBT will show color change. Just you have to note down what is the volume of standard EDTA required to consume all the hardness causing ions present in the given volume of hard water. You have to just note down the volume required of EDTA to trap, to consume all the hardness causing ions given in the or present in the volume of given volume of hard water. What is volume required? Suppose it is YmL. Suppose it is 6 ml is required. Fine. From that 6 ml we can find the hardness. You know the calculation part. It is a reaction of EDTA versus CaCO3. Reactive is calcium. hardness causing ion. 1000 ml 1 molar EDTA corresponds to molecular weight of CaCO3, that is 100 grams. You know that. So in the second equation, convert this 1000 to 1, so gram to milligram. Read it. 1 ml 1 molar EDTA corresponds to now 100 milligram of CaCO3. Okay, we have converted 1000 to 1 ml, so on this side gram to milligram. Now therefore, so say this is under standard condition. If 1 ml 1 molar EDTA corresponds to 100 milligram, so in my experimental condition, what is EDTA required? It is not 1 ml, it is 1 ml. It is 1 ml. What is the concentration of EDTA? What is the concentration of EDTA we are using in the experiment? It is exactly M2 molar. Okay. So if 1 ml 1 molar giving hardness of 100 milligram, so this volume and this concentration of EDTA will give how much hardness? Under this condition, this is the hardness. So under this condition, what is the hardness? It is simple cross multiplication. So YML into M2 into 100. Okay, divide by 1. Divide by 1. This is what? This is milligrams. This is milligrams. Already we have converted gram to milligram. So these many milligrams of CaCO2 equivalent hardness is there to the water sample. Is there to the water sample. For what volume? For the volume of hard water you have used in the experiment. For the volume of water we have used the experiment. Why? Because by using that 10 ml, I got YML reading. If I am using not 10 ml, suppose 100 ml, it will be 10 times Y reading, isn't it? So that answer is for given volume of hard water. In our case, it is 10 ml. Okay. So keep milligram as it is and convert this volume to 1000 ml. Okay. Let us take few numericals on hardness estimation. Okay. See, this is one simple. I will be taking 4 or 5 numericals, and all these were asked in the earlier examination. Read the problem carefully. Carefully reading the numerical is also important part. Okay. I will read out 50 ml hard water or 50 ml water sample consume 15 ml 0.01 molar of Na2 EDTA or EDTA before boiling. Okay. And 5 ml of Na2 EDTA after boiling. Calculate total permanent and temporary hardness. 2 readings are given. Concentration of EDTA is given. 3 simple points are asked to find out. Okay. Now 2 points again already explained. Once again I will repeat. Water we are using before boiling and filtration. This is a reading, or with that reading, okay, we will get answer for total hardness. We will get answer for total hardness. The water sample, that is this volume, used before boiling and filtration, as it is, that answer corresponds to total hardness. Second point, then after boiling, 5 ml of EDTA required. Same water is then boiled and filtered. That answer with these, that is the EDTA required after heating and boiling the water, will correspond to permanent hardness. What is the reason for that? We know that these are the temporary hardness causing salts, mainly calcium and magnesium bicarbonates. These bicarbonates on heating, on boiling, they will form corresponding carbonate or corresponding hydroxides in the form of PPT. So when you are boiling this water and filtering it on boiling, if that water is containing these temporary hardness causing salts, mainly bicarbonate, on heating they form the PPT of corresponding carbonates or hydroxides. That PPT we can filter and remove. Okay, means on boiling and filtration we are simply removing temporary hardness causing salts. What is left in the filtrate tank? What is left in the water after boiling and filtration? Not this, not this. It is other than these temporary hardness causing salts, means permanent hardness causing salts may be there in the water. So on boiling and filtration, what answer you are getting is for permanent hardness. I hope you have understood. Now go to total hardness simply. We know the formula. Part 1 need not to do, already concentration of EDT is given. Okay. What is YML? YML is the volume of standard EDTA required, known concentrated EDTA required, standard EDTA required for completion of reaction. How much required? 15 ml, 15 ml into concentration of EDTA is given, that is 0.01 molar and 100. This is the total hardness in milligrams. Already we have seen the formula is in milligrams. Okay. Per volume of water you have used. How much water we have used? We have used 50 ml. So per 50 ml. Per 50 ml. Use 50 ml. Okay. Suppose this answer is Z. Z milligram per 50 ml. Keep milligram as it is and convert this 50 ml to 1000 ml. That is 1 liter. Convert it to 1 liter. So convert this 50 to 1000. So multiply that answer into 20. Z into 20 will give answer in a milligrams per liter. That is parts per million. My total hardness is coming 300 ppm. You can easily find out that. First answer is 300 ppm. Fine. This is total hardness. Simply put the values, you will get the answer. Now go to permanent hardness. Second answer is for permanent hardness. We have already seen what is permanent hardness. What is the CBR required? It is 5 ml. After boiling and filtration, it is 5 ml. So 5 into this concentration of EDTA into 100, again milligram per 50 ml. They are used 50 ml volume. Suppose this answer is Z. So Z into 20 will convert 50 to liter. That is milligrams per liter. You can find out. I think answer will come 5, 20, 100. Answer will come 100 ml, 100 ppm. Answer is 100 milligrams per liter. That is permanent hardness. Total is 300. Permanent is 200. Temporary will be 100 milligrams per liter or parts per million. This is a simple case. This may be the 3 marks numerical. What is background required? Just one formula. Just one formula. And what is temporary and what is permanent hardness. So easily we can solve such type of numericals even without practicing. Okay. One more case. One more numerical on hardness. Fine. Almost same type. One additional point is given in this numerical. This was also from earlier exam. Read the numerical carefully. Every time reading numerical is very important. Very carefully read out. Most of the things get clear. Okay. Don't be in a hurry. Read it. 0.5 gram CaCO3 means salt was dissolved in a dilute HCl and the volume was made up to 500 ml by distilled water. What is meaning of this? This is a solute they have taken for part 1 of the experiment. Its molarity is not given, like 0.01 molar or 0.1 molar or whatever, but how much is taken? 0.5 gram. 0.5 gram CaCO3 is taken, and this HCl is just for confusion. Don't bother for HCl, it is just to dissolve CaCO3, and solution is made up to 500 ml. Solution is made, say it is a stock solution, it is 500 ml CaCO3 solution. CaCO3 solution. That is a hard water solution, standard hard water solution we use for part 1 of the experiment. Okay, and 50 ml of this solution, 50 ml of this solution required 48 ml, okay, of EDTA solution in the titration. Means this is a reading for part 1. 50 ml of this is taken in the flask and it is titrated with the EDTA solution. How much EDTA required? 48 ml is required. Full stop. Next line means this is a reading for part 1. 25 ml of hard water, not this now, required 7.5 ml of EDTA. Estimate hardness of water. So we know part 1, instead of zinc sulfate it is CaCO3 against EDTA. Okay, how we calculate M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. What for we are doing this? To find molarity of EDTA, because it is not straightforward given. Okay, so we do titration of this with this. This is what? Standard hard water. Earlier we have taken zinc sulfate, here they have taken CaCO3. M1 of this is not given, so don't bother right now. M1 is not given. V1 is volume of CaCO3. They have prepared 500 ml solution and they took 50 ml. So volume is given 50 ml. M2 we are going to find out. Molarity of EDTA. Concentration of EDTA we are finding out. So M2 as it is, and V2 is volume of EDTA. V2 is volume of EDTA. How much required? 48 ml is required. Okay. So 1 is given. This you have to find out. This is also given. M1 is not given. M1 is not given. Already we have mentioned how to find molarity. Molarity will be equal to weight of solute. What is the solute here? It is CaCO3 upon molecular weight of solute. We know the formula. Into molecular weight of CaCO3. Solute is 100 into volume of what? Solution in liter. So put the values here. Weight of solute. How much they have taken? 0.5 gram they have taken. 0.5 upon molecular weight of solute is 100. That is CaCO3. We know molecular weight is 100. Into volume of solution is liter. Solution is a volume. What is volume of solution? Not 50. 500 ml. To get the molarity of that stock solution. So it is a half liter. Means it is 0.5. So it will be 0.01 molar. What is molarity? 0.01 molar. Molarity of that CaCO3 stock solution or CaCO3 solution. So put the value here. 0.01. It will be 0.01. Fine. From that we can easily find out M2. M2 will be equal to 0.01 into 50 divided by 48. Find out what is M2. Find out what is M2. That easily we can find out. My answer is 0.0104. My answer is 0.0104. This is M2. This is M2. That is molarity of EDTA solution. Part 1 answer is over. Okay. Now second part, you know what they have asked for. They have asked for total hardness. It will be equal to volume of standard EDTA required. Now this EDTA is standard because we know the molarity of EDTA. So YML into M2. Number of times you have seen. M2 is a exact molarity of EDTA into 100. Okay, this is in a milligrams per volume of water we have used in the titration. How much we have used? 25 ml they have used. What was it? What is the reading? Reading CBr is 7.5 ml, YML is 7.5. So simply put the values. 7.5 into M2 is 0.0104 into 100. Okay, this is what? Milligrams per 25 ml. Why 25 ml? Because we have used 25 ml for estimating hardness, and by using 25 ml we got CBr 7.5 ml. This is incorporated, this is taken into consideration. Okay, suppose this answer is Z. This answer is Z. We want answer in a milligrams per liter, that is called parts per million. Okay, so keep milligram as it is, convert that 25 ml to 1000 ml, that is liter. So convert this 25 to 1000 ml. It will be this answer into 40. This answer Z into 40 will be your hardness, will be your total hardness in milligrams per liter or ppm. Z into 40. 40 for what? Converting 25 ml to 1000 ml. My answer is 312 milligram per liter. My answer is 312 milligram per liter. Okay, so this will be again 3 to 4 marks numerical, which was asked in the earlier examination. In this 50 ml water, it has per ml 1 milligram CaCO3. So we'll write 1 ml water, okay, containing what? Or equal to per ml 1 ml. So it will be 1 milligram CaCO3. Fine. See, this is a tricky language or wording. 1 milligram CaCO3 per ml means this water, in this water per ml 1 milligram CaCO3 means what? In 1000 ml water it will be 1000 milligram CaCO3, or it is 1 gram CaCO3. From this line, from this wording, we can put this observation. 1 ml water containing 1 milligram CaCO3 means 1000 ml will contain 1000 milligrams, means 1 liter contains 1 liter solution contains 1 gram CaCO3. Fine. So in a liter of that CaCO3 solution, how much CaCO3 is added? How much solute is added? 1 gram. Fine. So from that you find out the concentration of standard hard water containing CaCO3, means M1 of the part 1. How this can be calculated? Molarity of what? Standard hard water, or hard water, not standard right now. Hard water. Weight of solute, how much it is? 1 gram. Per liter 1 gram. It is added in a liter. Molecular weight of solute. What is solute? It is CaCO3. That is 100 into volume of solution in a liter. Volume 1 gram in a 1 liter. So it is 1. It is 0.01 molar. It is 0.01 molar. What is this? It is a concentration of the CaCO3 that they are used for part 1. Okay. Now it consumes 20 ml of EDTA. Full stop. It consumes 20 ml of EDTA. So this water having this concentration, okay, it has consumed 20 ml. How much volume they have taken? 50 ml they have taken. They have prepared liter of say 50 ml they have taken. So standard hard water, or we can say CaCO3 solution, part 1 of the experiment, against what? EDTA. Fine. M1 is what? Molarity of this CaCO3. We got the molarity of CaCO3. It is 0.01 molar. V1 is volume of CaCO3. 50 ml they have taken. 50 ml has consumed 20 ml. So volume of CaCO3 is 50. M2 is the molarity of EDTA that we are going to find out. And V2 is the volume of EDTA they have used. Sorry, it is required. How much required? It consumes 20 ml EDTA. Fine. From that you find out M2. It will be 0.01 into 50 by 20. It will be 0.025. What is this 0.025? It is the molarity of EDTA. It is the exact concentration of EDTA. So again they have asked for this, but how the solution is prepared, straightforward, not given. Some tricky language is used that here you have to take. So reading the numerical, reading the problem carefully is important. Okay, we got M2. After that what? 50 ml of water consume 25 ml EDTA. Find total hardness. Again go to the formula of total hardness. It will be YML into M2 of EDTA into 100. Number of times you have seen the equation. Y is what? Volume of standard EDTA required. Standard means M2 is what? 0.025 into 100. What is YML? 50 ml of water requires 25 ml. EDTA required is 25 ml. This is in a milligrams. This is formula is in milligrams. Per what? Per volume of water we have used per 50 ml. Per 50 ml. So simply find out this. Suppose this is Z, milligram per 50 ml. Okay. Again as usual, Z, keep milligram as it is and convert this 50 to 1000 ml. So 50 into 20 will be per liter, or it is parts per million, means Z into 20 will give the answer. So 25 into 0.025, Z into 20. For 20 is for conversion of 50 ml to 1000 ml, that is liter. My answer is 1250. My answer is 1250 milligrams per liter or parts per million. This is the one way by which we can find the answer of the numerical. One or two different ways are also there, but this is as per the experiment of EDTA, of estimation of hardness. So I think this is in a sequence. This is a proper sequence actually. So this way you have to solve. Okay.